We are back. We're back in the studio.
Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers.
We are back. We're back in the studio.
Smell my fingers.
We are back.
Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers.
We are back.
Back with an armrest.
Yeah, we are.
Treating ourselves to an armrest.
My arm is rested.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, kiss me on Memorial Day.
You better remember everything. You're officially 25.
I forgot it all instantly, dude. It was there. It was in the grasp of my hand. All this knowledge, all this future, all this wise wisdom. You know,
And now it's just filled with remembering.
I got to remember everything now.
Well, that's the best part about Memorial Day weekend is that we're reminded what's important. So I'm just going to go ahead and sound us off here with,
I remember everything
ever.
that happened before I was 25. But now I'm just going to forget everything. Here is time. I'm here. What am I talking about? I don't even know. Who are you? I do know your name, right?
Yeah,
But now
names are
I
important.
I'm not going to remember this morning. We had coffee, had a little drive, a little sun. Now I'm just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, damn, that 25th birthday, though.
Yeah, until your deathbed.
It's just gonna be-
25.
I'm now a dementia Alzheimer's 25-year-old that only remembers my 25th birthday. Here we are, Memorial Day weekend.
Not quite July 4th. The shenanigans do not include many fireworks, but they do remind us what's important. I just wanted to shout out to all of the shitty lake house trips that are going to end in divorce this weekend. I want to talk about the people getting fines for being absolutely trashed on that boat that hardly even works.
To all the undercooked glizzies that because the dad forgot to check the propane tank to see if it was full. No. To all the to
All the failed barbecues.
to all the overcooked glizzies, enjoy those. Honestly, a little
Enjoy
charred
them.
glizzy, they might
Throw a little chup on that thing.
yeah. And everywhere.
And here we are, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, it's stellar weekend. You know what I got reminded of? I got reminded of that the sun is undefeated. I turned into a little rotisserie out there. I wasn't getting turned enough.
Yeah, imagine you had melanin.
What an upgrade that would be. A
That
little
is-
melanin in my life.
Dude, down the street, it says, new neighborhood update. It's like,
Does
where-
this one come with melanin?
yeah, right? Like, what do we update? Like, whoa, I didn't see this on the, on the release notes of this OS.
Yeah, especially with new home development. I already have enough trouble as it is getting asbestos and melanin swapped.
What's the update? They got a black family coming?
I sure hope so. Maybe then the barbecue wouldn't get fucked up. That is the hilarious thought. I love when people don't properly plan. We experience this on the beach. You got to get moving towards the food the moment you think about it. We were stuck in turtle traffic. We were stuck in rock slide.
Yeah, turtle traffic where we were looking for the vegetables, the salad to eat.
Yeah, anything.
Nutrients.
Roughage. I was borderline about to go rip some weeds up out of the side. Gutter and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Just go steal food from the restaurants on the street where we're stuck in traffic.
for real, on the beach, our only carbs were sand.
Yeah, we were grubbing on the sand.
And we weren't just, let me eat this handful of sand right now. It was just the wind. we ate so much sand.
It was just the wind and breathing with our mouth open.
yeah, it's that fake stat where everyone eats like 8 spiders a night.
Yeah.
We had our mouth open, so we ate a cup of sand.
Listen, at least a gallon of sand water traveled through my nose, ears, and throat. I was getting washed out by them waves. The tide was cleaning out my sinuses.
It was nice, and it was cool to get out there like really deep, but you're only in like 2 feet of water.
It's crazy. The levels of the water depends on what parts are getting cold.
Yeah, but I did walk back, and at one point it got really deep, and then at the bottom was slimy. Didn't like it. Not a big slime guy.
The crew we were with were mad comfortable with their toes getting a feel for their surroundings under there. I just want to feel sand.
Yeah, I like the top sand. You get a little under that top sand, a little slimy.
Yeah, a little spooky. Little
Yeah.
goopy.
Who knows how many silver dollars you touching down there?
Yeah, how much sand is in the ocean?
Yeah.
How much depth? How much depth of sand before you reach something else? Like, what if the crust of the ocean is just sand?
It's all sand.
It's all sand.
Yeah.
Well, once it gets close enough to
If we
the
have
core,
a
it
big
turns
enough
into
oven,
glass.
yeah, that's the Minecraft oven is the core of the Earth.
Yeah.
Supposedly, facts about the core have been off.
They've always been off.
Not the. There's no hollow Earth.
Okay, I thought we were gonna really break down. I thought we were remembering what was important this weekend.
Well,
Hollow Earth and inappropriate, unnecessary destruction. America, baby.
Well, not like what we learned in school. You know, the molten elements and
Molten
such.
core, yeah. They were just like, it's fucking hot iron, I guess. Like
there's
goopy
something
lava
else.
iron.
I forget what it is, but there's something else. You guys can
They
Google
made
it.
magnets.
Google it. Honestly, if you
Yeah.
fuck what I'm saying, Google Hollow Earth.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
way
okay.
better.
Listen, public school education told me that there was hollow earth and that fat people had secret energy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
They did.
That's
You
all
don't
they
know.
told me. They gave me
they
a
got a
couple
lot more.
equations.
Yeah, and everyone saw the video of the fat guy lifting up the car
Yeah.
to save the kid. like,
Also
yeah.
in the textbook.
Yeah,
Yeah. Remember.
it's crazy what's going to be in textbooks nowadays.
My favorite
Future textbooks.
was
Also, what is a textbook? Because were we learning stuff in there? They could just told us that's right. That's a
good
textbook.
facts. I like
It has some good facts in it, but like it's just a book.
I remember in high school when I was a teacher's assistant for that one class where I basically got to fuck around all day. Mess around, sorry. And
Clown around.
yeah, clown around. I got to, be a part
Court
of some
jester
Yeah, I got
around.
to see behind the infrastructure of those cinder blocks
You
of
got
public
to
school.
you got to entertain the students while the teacher was doing tricks on the board.
Yeah, tricks. I had tricks up my sleeve. I was wandering around making footprints all over the walls.
Telling everyone they had something on their shirt.
And one of the tasks that I had to discard over maybe like 1,000 textbooks over the course of a week. Like I had to physically destroy them because like they didn't want
weren't
people fishing
factual
it out.
anymore?
Quite
Facts were wrong.
yes, the facts have changed. Well, it was just more of like we harvested all these trees, we printed the new textbooks. You got to have the new. So it was like 1,000 textbooks.
Yeah, new trees dropped. So
And-
new textbooks dropped.
I got in trouble with the administration because they had me on camera. I pulled my car around to the side and like stashed like 300 textbooks.
Because you could sell them.
100%. Yeah, and that's why they were mad at me because they were like, "What are you gonna do with these textbooks?" I was like, "I'm gonna donate them." They're like, "No, you're not." And I was like, "Drats."
Yeah, why aren't they donating them? Fucking rats of society.
Yeah, rats of society.
Discarding them?
Discarding the knowledge. Remember.
Discarding the knowledge,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You heard it here, bro. There's books burning.
Yeah, 1984. That was right.
Adam's pissing on these textbooks.
It was right around the time I had been introduced to a hippie ideology. And I remember throwing away these textbooks and being conflicted because less fortunate people could benefit, but also being like, these aren't even the right facts anyway. It was kind of taking pride in destroying.
Yeah, I did question everything that they questioned me about, you know?
I just nodded everywhere. I gotta go get a tissue.
So I questioned everything that they questioned me about.
And we're back. After unleashing at least a small lake out of my face onto my hands, knees, arms, and heart.
Testicles.
I immediately rubbed that discharge into my heart like any real American.
So like every real American, I questioned
Everything in a textbook.
every question that they questioned me about.
If it's not the Bible, I don't need it.
No, I questioned the Bible.
Like any real American.
Dude, I was in Catholic school. Turn that shit off. Come on. What the fuck? When I was in Catholic school, we had religion class, and
As you should.
I'd get C's. And
For you see the Lord.
I remember, would you ever have a sit down? Well, I mean, we had a smaller class. There was only 16 in our kids in our class. They'd bring in our parents, and we'd talk with the teacher about our grades. Even if you were getting straight A's, they would bring you in.
Yeah.
My teacher was like, there's a C in religion, there's something. Probably need to get up. He's been constantly like, it's straight C's in religion. We walked out of that meeting or whatever it was, and I looked at my parents like, is it going to matter? Like, do you guys use...
Yeah. Do you guys use your religion knowledge you learned in 7th grade at your job?
Yeah, everyone's like, I'm never going to use the Pythagorean theorem in real life. Do you ever were like, oh, name this fucking Bible verse right now?
Yeah. Toll Road. Like, is your ID real? Who was with him in the tomb?
Yeah, name 5 Psalms.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you give up for Lent the last 5 years?
Yeah, that would be a good one where they start pressing you. Like, I always imagined...
When was the last time you forgave your sins?
Yeah, I always imagined that in Catholic school, all of the bullies, it was all religion-based. It's like, how many times have you prayed this week? Probably ain't even prayed at all.
Yeah.
I bet you don't even repent.
I bet you don't even talk to God like that, dude.
I do talk to God like that.
Bro, how many chapters you read? Or how many verses you read?
Yeah.
Spit some bars at me.
Spit me a verse. You don't even remember the verse. You don't even...
I was thinking of a good one. Girl was tired, and I was like, on the 7th day he rested, but when does she rest? Oh,
Women, yeah. Yeah, remember women.
Yeah, it's crazy that they don't talk about women until they fuck up in the Bible. It's like, here's a guy, blah, blah, blah. Women, they fuck up.
Yeah. I like everything to do with women in the Bible, especially Mary.
Mary Magdalene.
I like Joan of Arc.
A little sexy. Joan of Arc.
Yeah. It's not in the Bible.
I'm more of a Joan of Tangent.
More of a Noah's Ark. I love a good boat.
Enough about the Bible, though. I was in...
Yeah, let's talk about this past weekend, all them jellyfish that we found on the beach.
Jellyfish on the beach, they weren't in the slime category, which is nice. More of a hard category.
Yeah, more of a hard candy.
That is
great for a kebab.
Hard candy. No, more of a, like, if a gusher had a hard center.
If a gusher came from the Atlantic.
Yeah, and stung you.
The real sweet and sour candy was munching on those jellyfish.
Well, after you battered them in the sand and fried them up.
Battered them in the sand. I dug them down like a little Pomeranian dog. And every time I'd stretch my feet out in the sand, I'd get a fistful of jelly. And that's how I knew I was like the
nice
perfect
hard gusher.
Yeah, that was the perfect level of celebration, inebriation for Memorial Day. Was that I forgot where I buried the jellyfish, so every single time I
still remembered
that I was the one who buried it.
You still remember that was Memorial Day weekend. That's tough for me though, because you're 24. You get to remember that.
Yeah, I get to remember these jelly techniques.
But honestly, thinking about the other day, don't remember.
Don't remember it at all.
Oh.
And it's just because you turned 25.
It is simply because I turned 25. But there's some things I do remember. So I was in New York, New Jersey, whatever, holla, and my plane ride. Was my plane ride there wacky? Nah, it was pretty chill.
I don't know. I think all plane rides are wacky. I love talking about getting in a tube and then just going somewhere. Just a hodgepodge crew of people.
They opened up my check bag. I had the little note that said TSA was in here. TSA was in here touching my stuff, touching my undergarments. Like, they literally, and it was not on the.
It's like an IOU.
My suitcase opens up. One side of the suitcase is like zippered shut.
Yeah.
So you can put stuff there and it doesn't fall out. And the other side, it like falls out. It just has like two straps.
Yeah, your elastic side.
Yeah, exactly. Elastic and mesh side. The note was on the mesh side. So they opened up the mesh side. They unzippered the mesh side, look through my things, and then put the note.
Did they repack it?
No, it was horrible.
That was horrible. They left you wrinkled and
I got
battered.
my dad a Bruce Springsteen record, and that's the first thing. As soon as I got to my dad's house after the Uber ride, the Uber ride was funny. I'll do that. But I opened up the suitcase, and the record was just sitting there on top. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, did it really move around this much on the flight? I didn't see the note until 2 days later because I didn't really need that many clothes.
Did they hit you at all with like this fit is trash?
That would be funny.
Leave a little
TSA
insult.
note and a little insult.
Yeah.
Dude, you pack like shit.
Yeah. There wasn't even any cool shit for me to steal in here.
I wonder what it was that
Offset it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was the record just because it was like weird material, but might have been the camera, might have been my
Might have been how
might
have been how shiesty you were looking in the airport.
I was looking pretty. It was fucking 5 a.m. I was in the airport. Dude.
Yeah. I have a weird habit about being on the phone as I'm going through TSA pre-check, and I just can't help myself but be like, man, I sure hope they don't find my bomb. Over the phone just to get whoever I'm with talking to's goat. Yeah. They're like, you need to shut the fuck up right now.
My Uber ride to my dad's, though, from like the airport, it was a Turkish guy who moved here, right?
He was flying the plane?
Yeah, he was flying the plane, though. He was flying the Uber car.
Oh, shit, my bad.
And he was learning his English. He's been here for like 6 months or so.
Oh, okay.
And English pretty good for what he is.
What does a Turkish accent sound like?
I could.
Come, give me something to work with.
Well, he's trying to say thunder, and he kept saying thunder? Thunder? And because you're just reading the words on the buses. He was explaining Turkey to me. He's like, bad politics. I don't like their politics. Though I couldn't.
You've been here for 6 months. What's one of the words you learned? Politics? Get out of here. I'm not learning politics.
He said he like America, good politics.
Okay.
Democracy, good.
Memorial Day.
Because, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He's probably living up this Memorial Day.
Come on.
He's probably eating a glizzy or two.
Yeah, fuck ton of jellies, yeah.
And Turkey, dictator. We have dictator. And he kept saying, I forget the dictator's name. I feel bad. I don't remember. I don't feel bad. He's a dictator.
Yeah. It's like Voldemort.
But he was like, Saddam Hussein?
Oh.
Him, dictator, like dictator. Bin Laden? Osama Bin Laden? like that guy.
Did you
That's what
know
he kept saying?
Osama Bin Laden had Super Size Me, a DVD copy in one of his hideouts?
Sick. Well, he probably just looked at it like, haha, fat American.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
And so he was reading the sides of the buses trying to pick up on his English.
Yeah.
And it's like Rutgers football, like the Rutgers logo, and it just said football underneath. And he goes, football. But the thing is, I wasn't saying like, yes, like good. For some reason that came out of me. I was like, see. For some reason I was like answering him in Spanish.
You jackass.
I was like, wait, no, yes.
No.
And then he was saying thunder. I was like, no, thunder.
No way you were trying to get this man to announce some syllables.
I swear to God.
You were working down some syllables
I
with
was
this
working
Uber driver.
thunder. I was working syllables down with this Uber driver, and then he kept saying
thunder.
And he's like, he's like, TH weird. He kept saying. And I was like, see. I kept for some reason coming out like that.
That's why TSA stopped you. They're like, this guy keeps speaking English. I know this fucker can speak Spanish.
I know he knows how to say yes in Spanish.
Yeah. You're like, see. And the Turkish guy was like, that's what you got in religion, I hear. Catholic school, call me. Bad grades.
Yeah, no, I kept saying C, C, C. And he's like, what? What am I looking at? Where is it?
He's like, listen, motherfucker, if you don't stop talking.
He snaps out of it and you got a perfect English accent.
Yeah,
Or
Turkish.
English American accent. But yeah, that was funny. That was cool. Whatever.
Well, I mean, you went to when did you go to the Yankees game?
That was the next day. So I went. Well, first we went to a volleyball, my sister's volleyball game, like beach volleyball, right on the Hudson River on the New York side. Sick as fuck.
Is it like kind of like how we do intramurals?
Yeah. They joined a league and got demolished. We got
It's super competitive, I bet.
It was very competitive.
That's hilarious.
And but it was such a cool spot. And my fucking sister, dude. So we were walking there, and I saw that it eventually was the New Jersey skyline. I didn't know we had buildings that tall, to be honest, on the New Jersey side, and it was pretty like I was like, damn, that's New Jersey.
They must have been drinking their milk.
And my sister's like, no, I think that's Brooklyn. I was like, okay, so I just accepted that it was Brooklyn the whole time, right? Boats were going. I pulled a great joke too. There was a little dinghy, a little raft with a tiny little motor, and I thought they were headed to Brooklyn, and so I was like, oh, look at that boat, a little thing headed to Brooklyn. What do they get? A Walmart boat and a Temu motor.
Hey, okay.
And I got everyone, and kept saying there was a fucking kayak, dude. I was like, what are they going to Brooklyn for?
Wow, right.
not like a kayak. What's the one, like a wooden canoe? There was a canoe, dude, leaving New York. What are you doing? Bro, the city's right there. What do you got a canoe for in New York City? And so
where are you stashing that canoe? In your living quarters?
Imagine them just like walking down the street with it above their heads. Like, what the fuck? Were we at a lake right now?
A canoe walking down the street is enough to make a crackhead snap out of it. Mm-hmm. Go, look at this fucking guy. I'm over here tweaking.
What the fuck is this?
I haven't slept in days. What are you with the canoe?
So in my head,
I mean, Memorial Day. Canoes are very Memorial Day.
In my head, headed to Brooklyn was killing all night.
I'm in a canoe paddling to Brooklyn is a bar. That's a bar.
I know, but there was these jets.
I'm watching beach volleyball. About to take my canoe to Brooklyn.
I mean, even the grossness of it. It was the Hudson River, and they're all right there. There was jet skis. There was like 20 jet skis that just came and like popping around. It's like they didn't buy. They're not their jet skis. They definitely rented the most expensive jet skis to ride on the fucking grossest Hudson River.
I was about to say.
And
how'd you spend your weekend? Oh, I rented a jet ski and got sepsis on the Hudson.
Mm-hmm. Got scurvy. And so I thought, like, oh, these jet skis, where do they come from? Brooklyn? But, all right. And so finally, dude, after the game, my sister, so I met my sister's boyfriend, and his brother came up to me. He's like, hey, man, that's New Jersey over there. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's when you should have doubled down and been like, yeah, no shit, dickhead.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, of course I know that's Brooklyn's way funnier. No? Keep up. Just walk away.
Damn. Yeah, it wasn't
It's
good.
always tough to double down.
It is tough to double down.
Just gaslight them.
Dude, because I thought going to Brooklyn was hidden.
Yeah, but it's the funniest shit. Because I imagine sitting there knowing that I'm looking at Jersey and you saying, where's he taking that fucking thing to Brooklyn? Yay! What are you fucking rowing across the Hudson, bud? Where are you taking that canoe?
Yeah, it was a little embarrassing, though.
Yeah, well, I bet. Because especially you came in out of town and they were like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah. I felt like a fucking New Yorker, though, taking public transit everywhere.
Nice.
Subways, trains, buses. I took the bus twice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You see anything good on the bus? You smell anything good on the bus?
Well, on the way to the volleyball game, it was me, my sister, and Bobby, and...
Bobby!
Yeah, Bobby. And there were no, like, two-seaters where we could sit next to each other.
I'm surprised Bobby wasn't running next to the bus. So we
got 3 single seats all sitting next to someone. And the guy I was sitting next to was huge and coughing the entire time.
The authentic.
Yeah.
The authentic. It was at least it was a halal bus ride.
It was very halal. Well, if it would have been halal if the guy waited until the bus ride was over and then proceeded to cough. But he did not, so it wasn't halal, to be honest. But volleyball game, super sick. Beers after, went back home, doing pull-ups on the subway, no big deal. It's just New York shit.
Were you really?
Yeah.
You
well,
dickhead.
Well, I was like moving around on like the poles and stuff.
You were just curious.
I was
It was some
curious
curious pull-ups.
It was curious pull-ups, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I'm like, oh, look at me, I can do pull-ups. It was like,
It's also-
can I do pull-ups on this subway right now?
My favorite part about the train is looking outside, seeing how fast you're moving, but you're in a vertical position, not experiencing any of the G-forces directly. So I know what you mean. A little jumping around.
Those things hit the brakes hard.
Oh, well, yeah, of course on the brakes. I'm talking on the smooth while we're traveling.
It's not that smooth, man.
It was bumpy.
It's bumpy.
It was turbulence.
It's not like
Turbulence on that transit.
You can keep your balance. It's not like crazy, but it's not as smooth as you're talking about.
Yeah, the trains at the Atlanta airport to get from terminal to terminal, those things might as well be a Walt Disney ride with how fucking bumpy they are.
Really?
Oh,
I don't remember.
I'm a menace too on them. Like, I'm going with the flow of it.
Oh, it was the Dallas airport. Dallas airport has some.
I'll sit on those damn things.
They stop really hard, but they're smooth.
I love leaning into it like I'm coming into a slide. Okay, so what type of transit did you take to the Yankee game?
Bus into the city, got off the bus, got on the subway. So we got to the bus terminal, and you walk down and there's the subway. But we saw these two ladies with mitts, gloves, then Yankees hats. So we're like, they're headed to the Yankee game. Let's just follow them. Got on the subway. Well, we didn't really follow them because they had.
So what position do they play?
Right field. We had to get more on the Metro card. Found out there was already $20 on the Metro card. Boom, we're in.
Boom.
On the subway over. It was packed for this Yankee game. Thursday
Memorial Day, Thursday game day.
My dad loves to complain about the amount of weed he smells everywhere because it's legal there. And it is. Walking around.
I respect anybody who doesn't appreciate the constant odor. Yeah, because that is directly in your face, where it's like this used to not be a reality.
We were sitting in line to get into Yankee Stadium, and just the two Jewish people were smoking joints right in front of us. Yeah,
Toucan Jews.
Some Toucan Jews, yeah. In Yankees jerseys, though, I'm not like, they just had the yarmulkes on.
Oh, so they were Yankeed and yarmulked?
Yankeed and yarmulked.
Yankee, yarmulked, and zoinked.
And zoinked. They were zoinked up. But my dad was complaining. And finally, I was just like, dude, imagine if you could smell everyone that's drinking alcohol right now. That you're just like passing by. Because weed reeks the most.
Yeah.
But imagine, like, alcohol reeked as much as weed. Like, you'd smell it. He was like, I always smell it like 7 a.m. It's crazy. It's like, you'd smell alcohol too.
Yeah, people are out here drinking.
Imagine you can smell someone doing heroin. Like,
I bet it smell good.
Like,
yeah, that's the real appeal.
Some cookies in the oven.
Yeah, that's what it smells like. I was totally expecting your dad to make a different joke about something else.
Yeah, no, he's not. No, he didn't pull that out of him.
Well, I mean, it was just, he's just. Well, at least it smells like weed. Hey, we're keeping it halal. They're halal.
So great seats at the Yankee game. 4 rows behind the right field fence. Sitting there, the guy behind us was a Dominican guy speaking Spanish to our right fielder, Juan Soto, who's a Dominican that the Yankees just got. He's amazing. And he kept saying, mi dominicano, mi primo. Mi capitan. Yeah. He kept yelling out his seat number, telling Juan Soto to hit it to him. He kept yelling that the Yankees have a lot of money, so he could re-sign with the Yankees.
He's giving them business tips too.
Yeah, he kept telling him to hit it to or throw the ball to the kids in the front row because the kids kept trying to get the ball, which was cute. But he kept saying like, "Oh, bro, he's never heard anyone talk to him like this." Like, you know, like, bro, like,
You're the only Dominican.
yeah, a Dominican.
Have
is
you been to the Bronx, bro?
Yeah,
There's all Dominicans there.
and he thinks he's the first one. Also, you'd never think a Dominican has ever heard another Dominican.
Just talk to him? Yeah.
What?
No one's ever spoken.
No one's ever spoken like a Dominican to a Dominican. What the fuck, bro? But I kept. Oh man, he had. I think Juan Soto had one hit the whole game, and it was just like a line drive to right field, and it was like kind of right to us, which was
He was
funny.
like,
and I turned around, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, he heard you, but he kept saying like, "Oh, he definitely look at him laughing at me. Look at him laughing. He knows what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying." Juan Soto's just stone cold, like looking at the game, and I knew he couldn't hear what he was saying because distance from him to Juan Soto was like the same distance to the foul pole to our left. And there was these two kids that were screaming. You know, kids like don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were screaming, and I couldn't hear them for a
Single
damn
thing.
And this guy, after every single time that he's like, oh, he's never heard anyone talk to him like this. Look at him. He's laughing over there. He likes what I'm saying. I'm looking at Juan Soto like, dude does not hear you at all.
Yeah, the decibel system.
Decibels were loud.
I appreciate somebody who thinks that they're louder than they are as opposed to somebody who thinks they're more quiet than they are.
Well, he thought he was like, I could do it louder.
booming.
He said he could do it louder.
But I also can't stand go and do a ball game and somebody's chirping. And they got the worst chirps. They got mediocre game. And they're ruining my dog sesh.
Yeah, he wasn't hating on anyone on the other team.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
more like appreciation.
Yeah, that animosity on a Memorial Day Thursday game. Well, I wanted to ask you, going with your dad and him being such a Yankee fan, do you think he looks off into the distance ever and he's like, fuck, I wish my son was good enough to play for the Yankees? Like, do you think every single dad, whenever they take their son to the Yankees game, they're like, fuck, I wish my son was out?
Yeah, my son sucks. My son sucks at baseball.
Yeah,
I wish one of these guys was my
just
kid.
one for like 5 seconds.
Because Juan Soto's our age.
Yeah.
Juan
That's
Soto's,
what I'm saying.
Juan Soto's making $500 million a year.
Yeah.
Our age.
Yeah. He just, at least for 5 seconds, he looks off into the distance and he's, fuck, I wish my son was.
Fuck, I wish my son was Dominican. God damn it. I couldn't hooked up with a sexy Latina and made a fucking baseball prodigy.
Yeah, that's all we're looking for.
Yeah, where's my sexy Latina? Let's make some baseball babies.
That's what it's got to be. Oh, I think it's just such a. And now, before we commence the 7th inning stretch, we'd like a moment of silence for all the dads who brought their sons out here.
Dude, the 7th inning stretch, you mean the moment where we give thanks for baseball? The peace be with you moment of the baseball game?
Yeah.
This is the weirdest. What other sport was just like, all right, let's take a break and remember shit?
Well, it was Taft, right? That was the fat president who got stuck in the tub. Yeah, William Howard Taft.
I think so.
Well, during a World Series game, right at the start of the 7th inning, he had been sitting all game, and he got up to stretch. I believe it was Taft. And he did like a big thing with stretching, and everyone in the stadium saw and got up and stretched. And so the announcer of the game mentioned, oh, Taft starting with the 7th inning stretch. And
All white people.
yeah, see? Yeah, Taft is doing one of those hamstring stretches, see?
See you crazy white people. There's a.
All right, good. One more time. Bring it back
I
in.
can't.
You can do it's meh.
Man, you crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Here we are on the pitch.
But yeah, the peace be with you moment of the baseball game is electric. The Yankees do they do the YMCA after the 6th inning, I guess. They go around and like clean up the field, and all the people rake in the field and do the YMCA.
Little.
LGBTQ moment on the baseball field.
Do you think when who's the band that sings that song? Tribal People? What is it?
The
The Village
People.
The Village People. Do you think when they made that song they knew how much of a banger that was going to be for years to come? That song is a staple.
How fun was it to stay at the YMCA?
Ooh, depends on what your thing of fun. They talk about young men. I guess if you're a young man looking for some fun, you can stay at the YMCA.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's Young Men Christian Association.
Well, they were doing something in those showers.
That's what YMCA stands for.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, that sucks. Everything rooted is into
YMCA stands for You Might Catch a Case.
you might see ass.
Yeah. 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 I mean, they were having fun. They were dressing up as cops and Native Americans at the YMCA. At least they were getting cultural. Memorial Day.
Everyone's getting cultural on Memorial Day. But
What do you, if you could compartmentalize Memorial Day into 3 words? Monday, no work. It's nice that we committed a bunch of most likely unnecessary wars just so we could get a Monday off.
just so we could get a 3-day weekend.
Just so we could take the boat out.
Yeah,
Because we knew it was going to be sunny.
Yeah, well, that's also like the beaches open in New Jersey, and this like Memorial Day weekend is big, so you gotta go.
Yeah, that's when a lot of pools open up.
A lot of pools. We opened up the pool. I cleaned my mom's
Yeah,
pool.
you clean the pool. Yeah, it's a good water. That's what it really is for. I can just imagine the first ever Memorial Day. It's like, fuck, I don't want to. Gosh darn, I don't want to go to work. Like, oh, you got to go to work. Come on, boss. Think of the troops.
Yeah.
What about the troops, man?
what
Let me
about
take the
those-
boat out. Cold beer.
Those guys fought hard.
Dude, I
for
just
us.
want a cheeseburger and some cold beer. What about the troops? When did Memorial Day start? When was that a national holiday?
Yeah. When did we start supporting the troops? Or remembering them? When did we start remembering the troops? That is someone just like, fucking, I need a beer right now. I need a day off.
Yeah, the sun's beaming.
So yeah, it's yeah. We need a day.
1868. We've been celebrating Memorial Day for over 150 years. 156 years we've been celebrating Memorial Day.
Everyone, and it's just the start of summer.
Start of summer, baby. Remember the troops. I wonder if it was linked at all to like
And then
the
what's
Union. I
Labor
guess.
Day? We just remember everyone else that works. Like literally, it's the start of the summer. Remember, you got to go Labor Day. Remember, you got still have work.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to remember.
That's how my mom's like school year is, because she's a teacher, and so Memorial Day, summer,
Yeah.
fucking Labor Day, we're back at work. God damn it.
Yeah. Remember how lucky you are to pay taxes.
Yeah. You love this freedom, pay Papa.
Yeah, you remember how good that boating outing was? That you remember that lake trip?
Remember like Lizzie that was undercooked by Papa.
I loved lake house trips growing up. Was that a common thing for you? Did you
A
hit
little
the
bit.
lake house?
Upstate New York.
We
maybe.
would tag
Not a
along
whole
with
lot.
multiple families to the lake house because we just get you just get the big boy, and everybody's got their own room and stuff. And I didn't learn this until I was a young adult, but a lot of the other families now divorced were really going through it at the time.
Mhm.
And I thoroughly enjoyed all of the drama that came with staying with all of the families because I had never heard people talk to each other that way, especially adults.
Yeah.
That was always a highlight. I remember I would backflip off the top rope and like smack the water, get the wind knocked out of me. I'd be like crying, and I kind of understood alcohol, and the parents would be like really drunk, just screaming at each other. I thought I'd live forever. That's what I remember about Memorial Day. It was great. Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario at the Special Olympics. Everyone was retarded in that game.
Yeah. And you were playing it, and you're like, I'm retarded.
I was like, this game is for me. That and backyard baseball on the Wii. The family I was staying with ended up stealing both of those games.
Nice.
Mm.
It's tax. It's
tax.
It's the lake tax.
It's the lake tax. I drank way too much cream soda. It was the first time I ever got dehydrated.
Ooh, what a soda, man.
Those cream sodas out the bottle. I remember I drank a bunch of those and no water and woke up. It was the first ever time I was like, what? And now I know to be hungover, but no water, sunburnt to shit. Just slugging back water, crying, taking down ibuprofen, and my dad laughing at me while I'm crying. It's like, you dickhead, you didn't drink any water.
Like Pedialyte.
Well, I mean, we were out there on the lake. It was like 3 a.m. I was like, why do I feel so horrendous, Papa?
3 a.m. off the cream.
Of the cream sodas and we
bowling.
I remember we'd go tubing, and at the time I was how skinny I am now, but in a like 4-foot body, and they'd always be concerned about me flying off the tube. So a lot of the time, they'd make somebody lay on top of me to like hold me down, and we'd go over a big wave and fly up in the air, and then they'd slam down on top of me, and I like dislocated a rib or something. I was getting smoked by the water sports.
Why didn't they just let you hold on? My dad would just get
sling them.
My dad would get drunk and just sling
us around. Oh yeah. Well, it comes from me throwing reckless abandon to the wind. You know, you're going super fast in a boat, and the top of the boat tips up.
Yeah.
Well, we were going over waves, and I jumped up into the air because, you know, if you jump, you can like levitate because your already velocity is going forward. Well, he like did that and gunned it, and I went flying into the stuff in the boat and like ate it. And so after that, they kind of like fell off the dock a couple times.
Remember?
I was remembering it. That was probably the weekend I got my first concussion. I feel like on, what is it, wakeboarding?
Yeah.
Wakeboarding. Let me tell you, I was not awake boarding.
Dude,
I was
you're
getting waterboarding. I was a sleepy boy.
You're probably a sleepy boy on that wakeboard.
And I was getting the hang of them going slower, super slow, baby speed. But it's all about the up mount, going from being standing still, holding the G-force, tightening your core, and getting up on your feet. I was kind of getting the hang of that. So they gunned it on while I was not paying attention, and they lifted me up and then just like pancaked me right into the water, like double black eye.
That's how you got to do it, man.
Yeah, I was
just
just
knocked out by the water. Water wins pretty much every time.
water and the sun.
Water, sun, undefeated.
That's what I
Damon.
remembered this weekend, man. But I just got this time was way better than
I'm tan as fuck. But I watching a bunch of TV with the fam, and a commercial comes on. It's about like new detergent, the laundry detergent.
Yeah.
It's like your old detergent doesn't sanitize your clothes. It doesn't kill all the bacteria in your clothes.
What the fuck does it do?
The new marketing is like here's your laundry detergent that also sanitizes your clothes.
So what has it been doing?
And it's just the whole. They got you.
Well, I mean, they ain't got me.
The detergent has always washed your clothes, but because now like everyone's scared of like bacterias everywhere because of COVID, now it sanitizes it too. That's what the detergent does.
What did
like I guess there's hand sanitizer in my detergent.
Squirting hand sanitizer on?
Well, there's tequila in my laundry detergent now.
Listen, all the drinks that I spill on my shirt from this past weekend sanitizes it enough.
Yeah. No, I sanitize my own shirt, but fuck.
Yeah, spilling all these tequilas on me. What do you mean now it's sanitized? I feel like that's just one of those baloney marketing
It's exactly what it
ads.
is. Yeah.
We were like, what's a good buzzword that gets people hooked?
Yeah, and it's almost like a scare tactic.
I was reading
a
a
commercial.
I don't know if you've seen in Mad Men when Don Draper is talking about the cigarettes when they all get busted for being addicted, and he says, it's toasted.
Yeah.
I was reading vintage cigarette ads, and I looked at the "It's Toasted" thing, and it was totally a banger.
Uh-huh.
I love looking at vintage cigarette ads. Good stuff.
Where?
I just look them up. I was at a place that had old school magazines or something. I came across it because it was originally when it was also marketed towards women. You know, cigarettes were originally towards women.
Damn, why do I like
That's
this
what
ad
it
so
was.
much?
It was a bunch of silly ones that talked about how cigarettes make you lose weight, and it would be originally be a fat cartoon woman, and then she starts ripping heaters, and then she's super hot cartoon woman.
The Honey Pot ads.
The Honey Pot cigarette ads. That might be my first tattoo, a Honey Pot cigarette ad.
Honey Pot that's smoking a cigarette.
Just Winnie the Pooh and
Winnie
some
the Pooh
strippers.
hits smoking a cig.
Winnie Pooh and some strippers. I put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. One thing, I was on the flight back here, and I was going to the bathroom. I was trying to beat the cart back so I could get back to my seat, but I pissed and got out, and fucking the cart was there, so I had to stand in the back of the plane for like 25 minutes waiting for everyone to get a drink, everyone to get a fucking pretzels or a quinoa chocolate bar. So I remembered, because you know it's a weekend to remember, that one time I was in the bathroom when after the plane landed, I just needed to piss so bad. And I was pissing, and the fucking flight attendant walked in. He was like, "Hey, whoa, man, there's a lock on the door for a reason. What the hell are you doing?" And I was just like, "Dude, I'm pissing. Like, I'm sorry. I forgot to lock the door." And I walk out, and he's like, "Dude, what were you trying to peacock in there? Just waiting for someone to walk in?"
No, dude, but it sounds like you were trying to seacock.
Yeah.
Over here. Get out of here.
Yeah, what
You trying to check what I...
the- he's like, what
Didn't know you had a second carry-on there, sir.
Right.
Whoa.
we're on a Boeing, but when I saw that, remove the E. Boing.
Boing. I went boing.
Boing. And that was weird. But I also thought about it, like when you do lock the door, it's now red. It always was on the doors, but they're just eliminating the social interaction of knocking on the door and be like, "Hey, someone in there?" "Yeah, I'm in here right now." There's no one wants to have to knock on the door anymore and see.
I don't want to know you're pooping. I just want to know red light.
Exactly.
Occupado.
That's why I keep green light on now. Every time I'm shitting on the toilet in the plane.
Yes, you can come in here.
They just walk in and are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Are you?
I like to turn on the black light, which is code for I'm smoking a cigarette in here. Don't come in here.
Well, they do. While I'm pooping on the plane and I leave the door unlocked, they'll walk in and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that," or they open the door. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm pooping right now. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry."
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm pooping.
Yeah.